We cried just like you cried. We heard just like you heard.
Always, we have to respect each other as human beings, and that's the basis of our gathering today. Because myself and Bishop West and the governor, we signed this document promising that we would treat each other as human beings with respect and dignity, and that we would have full regard for women and children and for every race, every nationality throughout the earth. That's the significance in a nutshell of the document of Human Fraternity. And so we went to Court Street, for example, and we planted a tree there, and that tree was to symbolize reconciliation and peace, not just throughout the countries of the world, but here in Bermuda, because you know sometimes we have small disputes and big disputes amongst the youth, especially. They tend to not understand the importance of reconciliation after wrong has been done to them. And so we can exemplify this type of patience and this type of dignity by forgiving other people just as we would like to be forgiven. We have a saying in Islam that says that he who shows no forgiveness, then he too will not be shown forgiveness on a day, especially when he needs it the most. So we say in this wonderful country, it's a beautiful place. Look around, you have the ocean, you have the fauna, you have all kinds of trees, medicinal and other, and so on. It's very beautiful. And God Almighty, He's placed us here, and we should reflect that beauty in our characters as individuals, and also in a collective way. So the country of Bermuda should be exemplary for others and across the world, because we have people from every part of the world. So it's like the United Nations here. This is my own feeling, microcosm. And so I've invited all of you to come and participate in this important ceremony to recognize the fact that we are one, the power of one people, one earth, and we want to be good stewards of this earth. To start with us. Thank you very much. I want to, at this time, invite the governor and Bishop West to speak, and we have other noble guests. We have the Honorable Anthony Richardson here, the recently elected member for this area. They call it Hamilton South, I think. Is that correct? Of course, this is from this area, so I can't explain that, but anyway. But thank you for being here, Governor, if you can.
Thank you, and good morning, Saleem, Bishop, Honourable Member, colleagues. I'm very pleased to have received the invitation to join you this morning. Saleem and I have got to know each other during my time in office here in Bermuda, in particular through the work of the Islamic Cultural Centre and the outreach which we had together following the events, particularly in Christchurch, New Zealand, and also following events in Sri Lanka not so long ago as well. And I think through your initiative, sir, the connection was made, although we knew each other separately, with Bishop Wes, to sign this document and bring together this idea of furthering the different faiths working together. We are indeed blessed on this island because we have a country where people of different faiths, different churches, different religious traditions and beliefs operate in a spirit of tolerance with each other. But it's not the case in all too many countries in the world. I saw this myself when I was in Sri Lanka for 4 years, a country which had 30 years of ethnic conflict, and where the Buddhist, Hindu, Muslim and Christian communities all too often have been at loggerheads with each other, and sometimes violent loggerheads with each other. I even know this from my own country of the United Kingdom, where for too long in Northern Ireland in particular, we had different branches of the Christian church being used or misused as an excuse by those who would wish to misuse those different backgrounds for a lack of tolerance and violent means. So we can count our blessings here and also be an example as a small country, but nonetheless an example where people do live in tolerance and toleration with each others. So I, as you know, although I'm not saying my farewells yet, my period of service will be coming to an end as governor at the end of November. And I leave with a strong belief that while I know we have challenges, while I know we have had past divisions, while I know there will be future difficulties, there is an awful lot which is good about this island, which we should also mark and celebrate. So Saleem, thank you. I wish I wish Bishop Wes and everyone else here best wishes in furthering the message of peace and reconciliation. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, I'm not used to speaking public except in the church, so however, good morning to everybody. I'm very happy to be here. I'm grateful to Emir Saleem that he wanted again to have me in these various ceremonies and moments that we live as brothers and sisters and brothers on this island. When Saleem speaks about forgiveness and patience, I can testify, if somebody would ask me, that he is the man of forgiveness and patience. He has been always very patient with me, and was just his kindness in this, just being understanding, was well, it's very, very highly appreciated by me, because I am a little bit chaotic and disorganized at times, and being also busy in many activities, it does not help. And I am not the man of the cell phone, so it's at times it is not helping. But I experienced truly, indeed, Saleem's patience and understanding. And I also had the privilege to experience His Excellency readiness and willingness to assist any effort that was done in order to promote unity. And even at times we were calling almost at the, not with a short notice, but at the last minute. And he was always making himself available for our initiatives. And so in this situation, when you have gentlemen like these two guys here, it is so easy to build up something, and it gives you also the encouragement that is necessary not to be overwhelmed with things and with not easy things at times, but simply just being encouraged to go forward and to build up what who we truly are as humans and as sisters and brothers. You know, let me just say also this. I was just at the hospital to assist a person who is on her last straight, I would say. She is passing away, and even if she is under oxygen and with all the machinery around her, she grabbed my hand and didn't want to let me go. And I was so strong. You know, these moments of pastoral assistance, however, they always bring to my mind that they are like the moment of our passing away is a kind of perspective that we should, however, have, because it allows us just to put aside what divides and just allows us to see what has really value and beauty in our life. And that was, every time I live this kind of experience, it really makes me not only the examiner of conscience, allows me to just go deeper and to put aside these things that could truly bother our relationships as humans, and brings to light so many possibilities and opportunities that we have to create the environment of friendship, of freedom, of unity, and of collaboration. So thank you very much, Emir Saleem, Your Excellency. Thank you, gentlemen, and it's a privilege, it's an honor to be here.
And I'm always in favor of planting trees. I believe that planting trees is just, you know, I have never been a gardener, but here in Bermuda, this is my 5th year, well, already passed, so I started my 6th year, and I've planted trees in my garden, the fruit trees. And I'm already collecting some passion fruit and some papaya and some banana, and I tell you, they have incredible flavor and taste because I planted them. There is a little bit of selfishness, but a positive selfishness. And what we can do for the future, we cannot change many opinions and views, but we can always plant. We can sow the seed, and then hopefully by watering it and nursing it, we will bring trees of unity and of collaboration for all. So again, thank you, and God bless us all somehow. God's ways, God know how.
To be here and to be part of this ceremony is something I'm truly appreciative of, and I think trees, other symbols are great memory and reflections on lives that have come before, and this I hope will be one more symbol and memory of your son. So thank you for having me here.
Thank you very much.
Well, I'll say thank you to everybody, to you in particular for calling me, for inviting me. And yes, I guess it's almost 2 weeks ago tomorrow, history was made, and that the PLP won the seat in this area for the first time ever.
Yes.
But in terms of conciliation and reconciliation, food is definitely a common denominator for all of us. And it's been interesting in talking to Mr. Whiteman and yourselves about how we are actually separately involved in food programs for Bermuda. And it's going to be interesting now going forward to make sure we can coordinate so that we are in, that there is no duplication, but that everybody that does need to be served can be served. And as we all know from the actual tree planting, the trees are necessary for, number one, just general beauty, but also for oxygen. And so it's going to be important for us to go forward recognizing the value of the actual agricultural aspects of Bermuda. Speaks again to us in that fundamental piece that we should be working towards, which is to understand what's necessary for fundamental life. And certainly in terms of the, what I want to call the religious aspect, everybody may have different beliefs, but it's definitely necessary to have tolerance toward each other, as opposed to trying to say that what I believe must be what everybody else believes. And so it's going to be an important message. And then finally, I think to any young person is to understand that when there's a difference, violence should not be the outcome. Because as we all know right now, in Bermuda in particular, we are at a stage whereby we cannot resolve disputes, which is definitely not a good sign. And so I look forward to working with everybody in the community going forward, and certainly to being the avenue by which even this community can be brought together. As I spoke to my campaign manager, Angela Young, some time ago now, in terms of there's a huge variety of voters in this area. And my goal has been to establish what I call a League of Champions, which is a champion to speak for each neighborhood and bring the community together in that sense. Because I believe that no matter where you stay in number 7, your concerns are not unique to that area. I'm going to try to bring some commonality to that and then bring a resolution. And so look forward to me being involved in the community and working with everybody to bring a greater sense of unity. So thank you.
We cried just like you cried. We heard just like you heard. We smiled just like you smiled. We loved just like you loved. Can't you see we are all the same? Hating on each other will never gain. One love, one heart, one people. One smile, one cry, we're all equal. We are one. Don't let them divide us. Don't let them defeat us. Can't you see we are all the same? Any life taken, we feel the pain. One love, one heart, one people. One smile, one cry, we're all equal. We are Let's come together, come together, come together as one. One love.
Three.
Let's come together as one. One people. Let's come together, come together, come together as one. Let's come together, one love, come together, one heart, come together one as people. One. Let's come together.